Today I fucked up by telling my fiancée that I want her to be completely honest with me if I ever gain weight. The actual today I fucked up happened last year, but today it manifested. For some important context, my fiancé is on the spectrum and we share a fairly abrasive sense of humor. Look, I don't know how to relay what happened in a nice and verbose journey through the kind of storytelling you're used to seeing on this sub. As per the title, last year I told her to be completely honest with me if I ever started gaining weight. This morning we were discussing the possibility to living in Japan for 6 months due to her job potentially requiring her assistance over there, when out of nowhere she slammed me with my biggest concern is getting you over there without you getting harpooned. I understood what was happening, but was totally silent having just been sucker punched over a stack of pancakes. She mistook that for me not understanding the joke, and started expanding on it. It's because of the stereotype about the Japanese and all the whaling. I'm saying you're a whale. Whales are fat. Get it? She started howling at the joke and gave me a cuddle and I fake laughed, and when she gets home I plan to explain to her lately what I meant about complete honesty. I do appreciate being told, but she misunderstood the assignment. Hopefully she isn't telling everyone at work that she called me a whale over breakfast. In any case, back to the gym I go. TLDR, I told her to tell me if I ever started getting fat. She did so by calling me a whale out of the blue. I think people feel that giving uncomfortable news through humor can lessen the blow. But it has to just be a joke. Not a joke at their expense. I know you asked to be told, but I'm sure you could have been told with some sympathy. You can be both honest and sympathetic. Sorry you left with a bruise op. Look, I don't know how to relay what happened in a nice and verbose journey through the kind of storytelling you're used to seeing on this sub. Thank God. It's nice to read something that follows crisp, conventional writing style guides, instead of being full of purple prose, stretched similes, gratuitous consonants, and unnecessary adverbs. Well written today I fucked up, seriously. Awkward. A bathroom scale can also tell you if you're gaining weight. Yeah, look, last week my wife and I watched the new Mission Impossible movie. Afterwards I said to her, look, I reckon I'd be an awesome secret agent. Without missing a beat, she replied, what would your assignment be, getting fat? She still thinks this was the funnest thing she's ever said. TBH, it was pretty funny. Well, you might not have found it funny, it gave me a chuckle. Why do you need her to tell you if you're gaining weight? Honest question, lol. You don't lose weight in the gym. You lose it by not eating so much krill. Emotional damage. The joke would have been fine if it wasn't while you were eating pancakes. Pancakes are a happy place. The assignment was, hey, I'm gonna start getting healthier foods at the grocery store. And hey, let's walk around the park once or twice a week and talk, lol, not that's a huge bitch, lol. I. Respectfully, that was a killer whale joke. Call me Ishmael. In any case, back to the gym I go. You build muscle endurance in the gym. Lose weight in the kitchen. A whale, out of the blue, smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. Yes, sounds like this could be a teaching moment for her. ASD can certainly make it hard to know where the lines are. My biggest concern is getting you over there without you getting harpooned. I spit my coffee. That was killer face with tears of joy. Well, she let you down. You don't become a whale when you start gaining weight. You started getting heavy a while ago. You asked for complete honesty from an autistic person. She gave it to you and even attempted humor to soften the blow. You got what you asked for, if not necessarily what you needed or wanted. If it helps, I'm fat as fuck and have survived the past 2 decades in Japan without getting harpooned. Call someone beautiful a million times, and they never notice. Call them fat once, and they'll never forget it. That's because elephants never forget. LOL, that made me laugh. Thanks, internet stranger. I like your fiancé's sense of humor. Nothing like cold turkey gain-loss assignments. Well, are you fat as a whale? If so, your plan worked and you should take it as a sign to lose weight. If your partner just went full nuclear because you gained 10 pounds over the last couple of months, then that's a bit different. Coming from an autistic person, I still think your girlfriend was just a major asshole here. That wasn't a funny joke, as it clearly seems to be much more harsh or mean than your humor has been together, and she took it too far. You're allowed to tell her she was being offensive and not to talk to you like that again. It doesn't make you a downer to set boundaries about degrading jokes. I'm on the spectrum and that just sounds pretty mean. It's easy to say, hey babe, I think you're gaining weight, but that just felt like a low blow. Adults don't need anyone to tell them when they're overweight, but your fiancé is a bit harsh. No, you didn't mess up, your finance sure did. What happened to compassion and kindness? And I guarantee you, had the tables been turned, this wouldn't have gone well with her. She could have sat you down, held your hand and said, my love, I'm starting to become a bit concerned about your health and I want to see what you think about it. From there you could have had an honest and thoughtful discussion. The way she did it was so malicious, hurtful and unproductive as hell. Sit down with her and talk to her, let her know that when you meant honestly you also didn't mean rudeness to accompany it as well. Did you blubber? Oh lol, at least she formed it humorously, it was kinda funny. Ouch. I'm glad you have a strong relationship, because that would have torpedoed many. There's an old adage. Weight is lost in the kitchen. Strength is gained in the gym. Start by cutting down on calories and use the gym to build physique. It's not the gym, it's the food. The joke hilarious. Sorry. If it helps, I also need to lose weight. Jesus lol, personally I'd prefer that over just being casually told you're getting fat. Honestly, no good way to experience that news, but getting a laugh out of shock would go over better in my mind. I don't think anyone really fucked up here, accept it as the joke it was intended to be, and, if you're concerned about your weight health, deal with that too. By all means explain to USO that there could have been a more tactful way to bring it up. Look back on this as an amusing anecdote in the future. So my husband and I are both on the spectrum, but opposite ends. Our jokes don't always land with each other and often come across as too far. We have a code word for when that happens so the other knows to dial it back and check in. If we are horsing around and I say cucumber, that's it, joke over. It's been extremely helpful. I think that was just plain mean and I'm sorry. I would have a hard time getting past that if my partner said something similar to me. This made my heart ache. Sorry OP. I think people feel that giving uncomfortable news through humor can lessen the blow. But it has to just be a joke. Not a joke at their expense. I know you ask to be told, but I'm sure you could have been told with some sympathy. You can be both honest and sympathetic. Sorry you left with a bruise op. Next time be like, suck my Moby Dick. It's funny how this same story with the genders reversed would have people calling for your head face with tears of joy. I struggle with hearing that you both have an abrasive sense of humor, and you told her to be completely honest about your weight, and then being offended that she made an abrasive joke about your weight. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Don't tell somebody that you want them to be brutally honest about things that you don't want them to be brutally honest about. You know, it's interesting how we do this, and I'm guilty of it as well. We notice a problem within ourselves and say to our partners, let me know if this is a problem with you. essentially giving them the responsibility to make you get your shit together. I know I want to change, but instead, I continue my bad habits until my wife says something about it like I've asked her to do. But she probably feels bad for telling me to change, so her concerns are not voiced. It's way easier if someone else tells you that you have a problem rather than seeing it for yourself. Fatality. Now that is a funny joke. 1. Your partner. Sorry about your weight, but she got you good, bud. A whale? OP, tell your SO you're a tuna, and that she's coming up against a full, grown, 800-pound tuna with his 20 or 30